welcome.
Yeah, happy to be here.
It's great to meet you, Max.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot about you, all good stuff.
I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like a milestone episode for me. So I'm really excited that you get to participate in that because this will be the final episode of season one.
Oh, well, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, so starting season two, and the show is doing well. And I'm just like, okay, we get to celebrate the end of season one together.
Yeah, I am honored to be the last person on it.
Yeah, it's
Season
awesome.
finale.
Yeah, season finale. All right, well, now I've got pressure on me. I mean, like, are we gonna have to do like a dance number or something? I don't know.
I hope not.
Yeah,
That's not my singing's more my thing.
right. Well, tell me about yourself. I mean, you've been writing music for a long time, since you were like 13, I think.
Yep, that's
And
right.
you've written over 100 songs already. So you're
Hmm.
16. So that's not a
I am. Yep.
long time, but I mean, it kind of is in a way.
Yeah. It feels like it's been such a long time. So yeah, I don't even know where I got the idea to write a song, but one night I think I was watching a podcast or something, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a song. So I opened up Google, and I think I was on YouTube, and
Love
there was
it.
a came up. I was like, that exists? Who knew? It's because I thought everyone made their own beats and stuff, but turns out you can buy them. And so I whipped open Google and started just writing, and it was so bad. I wish I could find it, but I think it was like a car crash or something. It was stupid. But I remember going out to the living room and I was like, Mom, I wrote a song. And she's whatever, whatever, Max. Uh, but yeah. And then so I started telling my friends about it, and some of them thought it was good, some of them thought it wasn't, and I really liked it. I don't know why. I've always had a connection with music, but when I wrote my own, I was like, I think I could do this. As much as my mom told me it wasn't that good, um, but I mean, she believed, of course. She's by my side 100%. And then throughout the years, I've just been working and working. And then one day I was listening to music and I found this new guy, and his name was Mike. And I loved his music. I was like, this is awesome. I was kind of just writing, not really recording anything, didn't know how to do any of that. And it was time. So I went out to the living room. I'm probably about 14, probably 15 now. And I told my mom, we're turning the spare bedroom into a studio today. And
Awesome.
she was cool with it. She's like, all right, I 100% support it. So we bought a mic that day. It was like an $80 microphone, and I felt so awesome with it. And a mic stand and a digital audio workstation. I had no idea how that worked. And throughout, those next 2 years, I just taught myself everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is awesome. And you had the support there,
yeah,
for
100%.
that, because some people don't have that. And so that's wonderful that you had a good support system to get you started.
Yeah, my whole family is just all in on it, and they think it's really gonna go somewhere, and I do too. And even my friends at first are like, yeah, whatever. And I lost some friends. I like looking back at it. I was just like, they stopped being friends with me. But that's why, because I started just talking about music. That's all I talk about. But they all support me.
Well,
Now they
I've
do.
been listening to your new song like several times this evening already, and I love it. I hope there's no security cameras in here. I'm at the Arts Council because I was totally dancing to it. So
That's awesome. That's
hopefully
awesome.
nobody got to see that. But yeah, no, that's awesome. And I know that you're really into photography. So I guess some of
I
your
am.
album
Yeah.
art is your own photography.
Yep. All of it. Yep. I've made all of them, and I've really turned on to like the blurry kind of aesthetic photos. I don't know why. I think I just vibe with those. Like when I see a song on my recommended and it has just a picture that I weirdly connect with, even if it's a bad picture, I'm like, that that could sound good. So I click on it and I made that, and I just want that like homey, warm feel to my music. My first few songs weren't really that, but now I'm kind of zoning in with okay. It's more who I want Maximus to be presented as, and from audio to how it looks to everything.
What influences you?
Oh man, everything. everything.
Yeah.
But most important, I would say nature. Like if I don't know, I can't think of something, creativity's lacking, I'll just go outside. I watched a poet, and he said, if creativity just isn't there, go outside. The trees will train you, the grass will train you, the wind will train you, and I 100% agree. And since we moved out to the country recently in this last year, creativity's flowing.
It's funny that you say that because there are times when I'm writing and, I just kind of hit that sort of wall for the day where it's just not flowing like it should be. And
Right, right.
I go outside, if I go for a walk or I just go do something outside, something triggers in my brain, like something just
Yeah.
clicks and a scene starts flowing and I'm back in business. I don't know
Right,
what that
right.
is.
Yeah. And then just moments with my friends, or just the dumbest stuff could just bring a whole idea, a song idea, a melody idea, just instantly to my head, and it's awesome.
Oh, I love that. So you hear music in your head like all day long or just,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I grew up wearing my headphones all the time. It was car ride, headphone, in school, sneaking the headphones. It's I was always
Sleep with
listening to
them
music.
on. Do you sleep with your, yeah. So like I
Yeah,
grew
yeah,
up,
sometimes.
okay. I grew up during the Discman era. So, okay, I'm a little, I'm a little on the old side. And I had my Discman and my headphones on all night long. Like I just constantly had music in my
Yeah.
ears
Yep.
all the time. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So you're younger than a lot of my guests, and I would love to know, um, what challenges are facing younger artists, because there's a lot of people in high school that are making music and other
Oh
forms.
yeah, yeah.
So what do you think the challenges of young people in music especially is?
What the biggest thing is definitely the doubters. School, it is a rough ride. Well, it was. It's getting better. Ever since OK came out, they're starting to like they're vibing with it. But yeah,
That's awesome.
challenges. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Um, yeah, they were like whatever, because you see people on TV, living these lavish lives, who make music and making all this money and stuff, and I say I want to be that, and they're like, yeah, okay, because maybe it's just their parents don't support that. They just don't think that they want a normal life, something safe, something secure. But I'm going all for it.
Yeah, and I applaud that. And I want more people to have the courage to do that, because I think oftentimes, and this has come up with other guests as well, especially in the arts, young people are told, oh, you can't make a living at that, or you can't be successful at that. The statistics are low. And, I think we're squashing dreams,
Right.
instead of building up hope, because it's hard work, but there are a lot of success stories. And so I want to
Yeah.
encourage you to keep doing that. And I mean, do you have any friends or anyone in your peer group that has looked to you for advice or for inspiration?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I haven't met him, but I recently just joined a friend group, and we are all just best of friends now. About 3 months ago, I joined it, and one of the guys, he moved to Arizona, and he just loves my music. He thinks it's the coolest thing ever that I make it. And he was just texting me today. He made like a montage of some video game or something, and he wanted me to check it out, and it was awesome. I was like, people are doing that for me, and the fact that I can inspire him just to like want to use my music to make something because he liked it that much, that is awesome.
Yeah. And your people are going to start catching on more and more. And even if you don't know the impact that you're making, I'm sure that you're going to have an effect on a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that do that. Okay, so I'm going to confess that I am completely ignorant when it comes to beats. And it's so funny that you mentioned beats to me, because it came up. I just recorded an episode earlier, and beats came up again. I thought, okay, I have got to talk to Max about this on the
Yep,
episode.
yep.
So you can make beats, you can purchase beats. I get the idea of the word beat, but tell me in music what beats are. You're going to have to school me on
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. So it's all the music that is not the vocals. So
Oh,
like when I make the music, I find a beat, just like the melody, the what
so
you're
it's
bobbing
all
your
of
head
it.
to. Yeah, it's all of it. And then what I'm doing is I'm singing over it and then mixing that to make it have different effects on my voice and stuff, background, up front, all that different stuff, and then putting that together to just make a piece.
Okay, so I've been involved with making beats before and didn't even know it. So the theme song to this show is actually an original recording by Matthew Redding and our producer Caleb Doolittle, and I was involved in that. And that's okay. So awesome. So I'm cooler than
I was actually watching one of your shows today,
Oh, no.
and I was gonna ask that, so I'm glad you said that. I wonder if that was an original thing.
Yeah, it's available on all music platforms. So go check it out.
Hmm.
It's an original song for my book, Every Beaten Path, that Matthew Redding is his artist name, but that Matt wrote for the book. And so, yeah.
All
So,
right, yeah, I'll have to check it out.
okay. All right. So now that we've, now I feel better that I knew what it was, but I didn't know what it was. Um, I know you mentioned to me about, independent artists and we've kind of talked a little bit via email about recording traditional versus indie, and I've talked about that with others on the show, and I think it's very interesting how ever changing the industry is, because now there are so many more opportunities available for artists. You don't just have to go to a major studio and get a traditional contract.
Yep.
You can record and mix it right in your own home. So what are your thoughts on that? And any pros and cons? And what is your perspective as a younger artist on that?
Oh, it's a good thing. Well, because I couldn't do it without it being that way. I don't have money to go to spend $500 an hour on a studio. I was actually scrolling through TikTok today, and the song came up, and I was bobbing my head. I was like, "This is awesome! It goes hard." I put it on my playlist, and the caption was, "I made this on my phone. What are you guys doing?"
Nice.
That's awesome. Like, so, yeah, the fact that you could just make music from your phone. I make me all the music, all the songs that you've heard were made from my iPad.
Wow.
Yeah, I make all my music on my iPad. Well, right away I didn't, but now I do. It's so much easier. But yeah, the changing of the industry is just, it definitely invites a lot more people and lets people bring out their craft, because without it, I mean, you have to have money, but now you can just do your thing.
Absolutely. And so tell me a little bit about the learning curve that it took to learn how to do all of that. Because you do everything from start to
Yeah,
finish, and you taught yourself how to do that.
I did. It A lot of hard nights. I was getting mad. It it was a tough road. I didn't know what anything meant. Like EQs, compression, all that, no idea. But now, like, you can list anything about music mixing, and I can tell you everything about it. Uh, I mean, yeah, trial and error. Like, I was going through my computer the other day, and so bad. The mixing is so bad. But but now I can go back to those songs that I just put down the idea for, that had great potential, and start to work on them now that I'm 16 and my voice is lower, and I know how to mix all that. Those songs can now come to life.
If you could meet any artist, who would it be? Who's like your biggest inspiration, or just someone that that'd be like the end all?
All right, so he was formerly known as Mike Stud, but um he's now switched to Mike, and he is the reason why I'm making music today. I started listening to him, it was years ago. I want to say around 2016. I listened to one of his songs, and he was not big at this time. And the song I listened to that I just absolutely love so much is what got him famous. And I listened to it the day it came out. And so it was before he was like really big or anything. And then I just kind of forgot he existed. And then that night that I went out to the living room and I told my mom, we're making the spare bedroom a studio, that's when I started listening to his music again. And I was like, he came out with a podcast I just recently watched about his life and moving out of LA and finally just focusing on himself, and how that's just getting away from all these people and all that is changing his life, nature, music, all that. And I'm like, yeah, that's the life I want to live, 100%, with my friends, just family, support them, support myself, be able to see the world, all that. And I think meeting him would just be so awesome.
Oh man, that's awesome. And I will have to look him up.
Yeah. Yep.
Check that out. So where do you see your music career going? I mean, have you thought about, recording for other people or mixing for other people, or, what other artistic endeavors are you interested in?
Oh man, I it's gonna sound selfish, but I kind of just want to focus on me. I definitely want this to be my job full time. I want music to be my moneymaker because to me, I wouldn't work a day in my life if music's not working to me. It is just all love. I love it so much. And yeah, it could set me up for life. I have 5 songs out right now,
Five
5
songs.
singles.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, okay is what I want Maximus to be. And I'll actually have a new song coming out the Friday coming up as of recording this called Things Change. And that's going along with Okay, okay. And then there'll be 3 more songs with that. So 5 songs in total of that kind of like vibe. And I'll put that together as an EP. And then I'll start releasing maybe some different stuff that's kind of straying away from that sound. But for the most part, I want to keep the sound of Okay, okay.
Yeah, I absolutely love that song. I love the vibes of it. And I'm going to play that. I'm going to premiere it, or I don't know if it's not premiering. You've got it somewhere, but I'm going to premiere it on my show or
Awesome.
at the end so everybody can hear that. So that's a lot out for a 16-year-old. I'm just super excited and super proud of you for doing that and for showing other people that it's possible. And I wonder how many people are sitting back right now thinking, man, I would love to do that, but I can't do it. And so
Oh yeah. My one of my best friends, his girlfriend is a wonderful singer. She has one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard. And it's a shame they went down the path they did. And I don't really talk to him anymore. But I told her I'd help her make music 100%. That she could go places with her voice. And it never went anywhere. But I'd love to help them. Anyone that ever wanted, like any of my friends, anyone from school, I would love to make a song with them because it's not just about me. You know, I have the art form and I want to help people just as much because hearing yourself on a song is like everyone vibes with music. So making something that you can see other people all connect with, that is so awesome.
yes, absolutely. And so what would be your best advice for anyone who wants to get started in music or any other artistic endeavor and just is afraid to or doesn't think they can make it happen?
Just go for it. I mean, you only live once. Why not? And especially in high school, it's hard because, you know, the judgment, but everyone's so focused about themselves. They'll think about you for a second and then they'll move on to whatever they're doing. So just do it. Make moves.
Right. Yeah. Don't listen to other people. Don't let other people get in your way. There's a lot of voices out there. Uh,
Right, right.
you've got to follow your dreams and your passion. And I think sometimes people are afraid it's too hard or they don't have the know-how, but you are proof that you can learn. You take it one thing
Yeah.
at a time, you learn how to do it. And if you're driven enough, if you're focused enough, you can make it happen.
And I think one of the hardest things is everyone's gonna know about you. Like even especially with this me going on this podcast, people who like, oh, his music sucks, just to say whatever, they're probably gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, okay, I didn't know this about him. I didn't know he was like that. I've never talked to him. I was just dogging on him for no reason. But and that happens a lot. A lot of people that have never listened to my music will just say it sucks, and I'll ask them, you know, list a song that you've listened to, and they can't.
Right.
So, but most of the time when they hear it, they love it. One day I'd love to make my own fashion brand. So if I could start people with merch and then turn that merch into a brand, that would be awesome.
You're going to be a mogul. I mean, you're just going to be like Mr. Businessman. I mean, that you'll have like a whole corporation. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
The music industry and the clothing industry have had such a great relationship over the years. There's been so many artists that have started clothing lines. And I think that's
Mhm.
really neat because I don't know that I would have ever thought to do that, but I think it blends very well.
Yeah, because if you're gonna have a following, you know, and be listening to their music, they're gonna agree with what you're saying in your music, and then, you know, I look at artists and I'm like, oh, I want to be like them. I want to dress like them. I want to have swag like them. And so I would buy something they're wearing. So people would do that with me too.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
not making it merch and making an actual brand one day, that's the biggest goal. I'd love to have my own brand.
Maximus clothing line. I can see
Yep.
it right now. I see the logo and everything. For someone who, like you, I mean, are there touring options? Do you get to go live? How does that work for? Because it's a
I
little,
wish. Right now it's kind of hard because I'm 16. It'll be easier when I'm 18, of course, because most things are at bars and all that. But I'd love to do a show. That is, I've been ever since in choir. We did a choir concert. I joined choir this year, and I was up on stage. It just felt so right up there. I was at ease 100% with the lights on me and all those people. That just felt so awesome, and I can't wait until one day it's just me up there.
that's wonderful. Well, I look forward to hearing all about that, and I'm going to follow your journey.
I want to vibe with people. It's not 100% like, oh, selfish me. I want my music to connect with everyone. I want it to just be a vibe that everyone can ride together. That's in my Spotify. That's my bio. Let's ride the wave together. And all platforms. My music is streaming on all platforms, and you can find it under all lowercase Maximus period at the end. And then Instagram, it's just me Maximus, along with TikTok.
Awesome. Well, I hope that everyone watching this will go on and follow your music, because I really
Me
do
too.
think that that you're very talented and you've got a very bright future ahead of you. And I'm excited to see where it goes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you for being on the show. I appreciate it so much. And I can't believe this is the last episode of season 1.
Yeah.
And it feels like it
I,
went very quickly too.
yeah,
So
I remember looking on your page and there's only a few videos, and now I went on there today and there's so many more.
yeah, it's crazy. So you are episode 15, and it's wild. So
Yeah,
I'm
awesome.
I'm excited to share this with all of my guests, and hopefully you'll come back on and we'll
I would love to.
another song for people. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna play okay right now, and then I will chat with you soon.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Got me like, okay, okay, it'll all change my mood. My waves on a new wave. I've been waiting for so long. But that days came around. I've been vibing, come with me now. You don't understand the point of this song. Now she hit me up, got my vibes all settled, but she don't give a fuck what we do, cause she love it, yeah, okay, okay, okay. So we rollin' one up, right away for the evening, pleasure for some, let the good times begin. You got me like, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Looking when the sunrise, never up for it though. Appreciate the new day, wonder what it's got in store for me. Cup of tea for me and you, talk about the day before. Yesterday up on repeat, think I wanna chill a little more with you. Got me like, okay, okay, it'll all change my mood. My waves on a new wave. I've been waiting for so long. But that days came around. I've been vibing, come with me now. You don't understand the point of this song. La la la.